those great obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience. May the experience be happiness, be separate from suffering heavily. I will establish them in the state of answer, pass perfect, complete precious Buddhahood. All Mother Saint beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those great obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience. May the experience of happiness be separate from suffering heavily. I will establish them in the state of answer, pass perfect, complete precious Buddhahood. Dala dam varzibe dan varzibe ge tarba dam je be varde jo varziba dam je zo zebe mananga dan yambe zemje dam je deva dan de dongara dan jar nyor de lana me ba yanda barzo be zanjo rombo je do barza. Dasandra achieving enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the Mandalas of the Yadams. We take refuge in the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dhakas and Dakinis and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and the likewise in the example of the Bodhisattvas. As a as the Buddha's ambassador enlightenment and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path. I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta and apply myself to a complete stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge under enlightenment's reach. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all Mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in calamity, free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faithful mind to all Tathangatas and the 10 directions. Those who have already reached in Tathangata state, those who are reaching it at present, and those Tathangata state to come. Through the power of Samanta Buddha's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest within my mind. I prostrate to them, multiplying my body as many times as there are atoms of the earth. Each atom I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas. Thus all space is filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offering of arrows, pure flowers, flowing garlands of music, honoring oils, manifesting like indifferent ground incense. I make offering to them of fine garment and the perfume and the popero, pour the highest moon and orange in the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to the Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of great Bodhisattva Samanthavara. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of great Bodhisattvas and the Pakika Buddhas. Those who have attained Arahant, those who have entered the path of Arahant and all other beings. I request to all great protectors and the Buddhas to turn the highest way of Dharma as the light dispelling the darkness of beings and the 10 directions, leading them gradually to the enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas intending passing to Parindavana to living long for as many aeons as they are atoms of the earth in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. The ground is sprinkling with the sanctuary water and is strewn with the flowers. It is adorned with the meadow, the spirit mountain, the four continents, the sun, and the moon. As Buddha I offer it, may all sentient beings attain the happiness as Buddha fears. To the Lama who possesses the Tirikayas, I offer water in order sacred offerings with my body, birth, and all that is visible. Please grant me supreme realization, enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. Om Guru Rena Mandala Panza Manga Samanda Savarena Samaya Home. I call refuge on the way of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the way toward Yadara with our daughter. I bow at the feet of Father Jiti Songo. Continue laughing with no one but you. Compassion, the one grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize and liberate nature of mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the two vehicles and the combination according to disposition, the likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of clouds of two words, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart, he has a compassion. For beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the presence of samsara as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60 branch of Haramana speech. He wears wisdom silver to cast settling over suffering and to dispel darkness of confusion. In the Buddhist hour form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplishing the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate the human gesture adorned by the 112 sons of Buddha to dispel darkness of my ignorance. Om Arabazana de 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 Om Wange Yoramo Wange Yoramo Wange Yoramo Wange Yoramo Wange Yoramo Wange Yoramo Om Wange Yoramo. You who are the perfect, youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blazes, and dispel darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you and pressed to Manjashiri. Yonagalen Jangwaibo, Yishidum Erabdambar, Jeden Damo Mensarwa, Jambar Yangla Zanzerdu. Next, we go to Guru Yoga. So, do you have everyone has this Guru Yoga? I have to share the screenshot.
I think it's better if you share the screen, Kempo, if you can.
Okay. Can you see?
Yeah, very well.
Above the crown over my head, upping a lotus and the moon is gypsy Jepadorje. The color of his body is color blue and he wears white cotton. The locks of his hair upturned upwards. His right hand is held close at his right ear. His left hand is in the resting in economic mudra holding a scorecard. Drawing within expense of the turbulent 5 legs of a promoter wisdom, utterly blazing with majestic brilliance, resounding with melodies in whisper Vajra songs. Through your compassion, think of me with love. Bless me to attain the 5 kayas and the 5 promoter wisdoms. Bless me to meet with the inner face of the way things are. Bless me so that discursive thoughts arise as meditation. Bless me so that I may bring negative conditions onto the path. Bless me so that negative actions, misdeeds, and the obscurations are purified. Bless me so that the pitfalls of the view are severed. Bless me so that I will generate revelation to samsara. Bless me so that I will accomplish the rainbow body of Kanchara. Tibetan. Ranga Jewara Beda Tenje Zen Je Bai Dorje Ne Gomdong Osan Regar Sur Varar Jinda Soba Ye Sa Ye Ninja Dogar Din Yung Ben Nyam Ya Duwa Yarana Ye Xie Wong Ein Tu Be Long Zhe Zhen Rao De Ba Wa Re Yo Yom Me Dor Jin Gur Yang Do Tu Ji Da Lai Ze We Gong Ge Nga Yi Xie Nga Do Xin Ji Lo Ne Lo Ran Yar Ja War Xin Ji Lo Nam Do Gom Den Ja War Xin Ji Lo Jing Ye Lam De Long War Xin Ji Lo Leng Ye De Zhe Da War Xin Ji Lo Da Wai Gor Sai Chu War Xin Ji Lo Kor Wai Yen Lo Ye War Xin Ji Lo Jia Len Gar Jun De Bar Xin Ji Lo Ong An Guru Hasan Ben Za Hong 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 No Anguru Hasan Ben Za Hong 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 No Anguru Hasan Ben Za Hong 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 Ben Za Anguru Hasan Ben Za Hong 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 Dam Ge Du Jie Xiao Jie Rui Zhen Zhong Yin Jie Me De De Jie Bong Jiang Ba Serje Lembo Davere Jibe Xiao Jie Jerbe Yala Ge Zanze Dorjian Chanjian De Lo Naro Dang Marba Melai Jije Gambo Ba Pamu Zhubai Yorwai Digongbe Kaju Lama Nan Lai Zorwan De Rume Jije Yenje Bodang Te Zong Zang Ye Gen Je Ngo Wo Nye Rang Sen Chi Ge Ngong Song Dong Ze Be Za Ve La Me Ya La Zor Wan De. So next, Milarepa. Everyone has Guru Milarepa's today teaching.
Yes, it's in the chat, Kimpo.
In chat is daily Guru Yoga, right? Or you have a link for Guru Yoga?
We have everything. Here, I'll repeat it. There. That's for today. And when we finish 14, I'll put in the next one.
Okay. So this is the 14 today.
14, page 4 is where we are.
I see.
The song.
Yesterday, very long, very long realization song. So we have to explain that or not necessary?
It might be good to go over it, Kimpo.
Yeah, please.
Okay. So grandmother listening to me, right? This realization song is so actually introduced for her life, what happened for the grandmother's life, Milarepa. So then I think she understands what Milarepa is sharing here, makes things for her. She recognizes her problem, and then she regret and also recognize Milarepa's kindness, teaching for her. So arise devotion to Milarepa. I think that's this song, the main point is. Right. So then I try to share with you. So I also have to a little bit look in Tibetan if I don't mistake. There are 9 different level songs. I says he then sang a song with 9 meanings. This song has 9 different meanings. So above is auspicious heaven, is higher realm. Heaven. Below are the 3 parts of misery, is 3 lower realm. In the between are those who are not free to choose their birth. So so we are. We don't know where we're going to take birth, what happening, we don't recognize. These 3 or converge on you, means like that 3 is like happening for us. So we, so we are seeking into the happiness. We are fear for the lower realm suffering, fear for the suffering. We have a hope for happy and joy. And then between there, we are choose they are converging on you. Grandmother, you are in unrewarming and dislike the Dharma. So actually this sharing to overwhelming, but we have to recognize is Milarepa sharing to us. No pointing to the overwhelming, right? We have to pointing to the our own problem, errors. Then so dislike the Dharma, you don't reckon. Dislike Dharma means you don't know the Dharma, don't understand what is right, what is wrong. So Dharma means like not only just should not believe, right? But Dharma is, I think here is talking about she don't recognize what is right, what is wrong, what is true, what is the not truth. Caution, your own thoughts and your mind examine. So we have to examine ourselves. We have so much thoughts, we have so much emotions going on every day. We have to examine ourselves, mind. You should practice the Buddha's teaching. So Milarepa said, you look to your thoughts and emotion, and you practice Buddha's teaching. You need a qualified and dependable guru. Think carefully, dear lady. So that's the Milarepa give suggestion for her. You need practice Dharma, you need a guru, you have to practice. So dear lady, when you were first sent here, okay, so then so this is when you were first sent here means like maybe they're starting marry, and she is like thinking about belong to other family when she was young, and then sent it to her means like she married to this family. So that kind of, maybe meaning. Or we was born, like starting, we was take the birth in samsara. So this just depends on how do we understand. Actually, this directly meaning is when you were first sent her means when she get married, I think, starting her family. Did you dream you would become an old nanny god? So that time you think you kind of like this happen? Milarepa just telling her, when we was born, we was young and we don't recognize, we very old and say, when we was healthy, when we are healthy, we don't recognize we're going to sick. So that kind of, yeah. And Milarepa telling her, so when you was young, when you start in your family, you don't think that time you are right, no, same is like this. In the morning, you got up from bed. In the evening, you go to sleep. So in between, you do the endless housework. So we work, everyone we think about, we does these things, all samsaric beings. So she is samsaric beings. She does all these works from morning to until just go to sleep. You are engrossed in these three things. So they all does these three things. Yeah, wake up and whole day is working, then go to sleep. Grandmother, you are the unpaired mind. So grandmother, you are the unpaired mind, maid, I think maid, right? Maid means like whole day walking, right? Okay. Caution your own thoughts and your mind examine. So Milarepa say, you just check yourself, what you done, what you did, right? And then check your thoughts, your emotion. You should practice Buddha's teaching. You need a qualified and dependent guru. So you need a guru, you need Buddha's teaching, and then things may be different for you. So then that helps you become change. Otherwise, just her whole life is like morning wake up, whole days walk and go sleep, and then that's it, nothing different. So you practice the Dharma, then that helps you become different. The head of the family is the most important one. Income and earning are the next most longed for things. So the family who take care of the family, and then the person that's income is like earning things most important, right? So all the time for think about that. So same is like people every day go to work and earning the money. So that's most important to the life. Money is most important to the life. So what do they say? Usually, living is for work, right? So living is for work. That's the same. Then caution your own thoughts and your examining. You should practice Buddha's teaching. You need to qualify guru, and all things may be different to you. Attaining, jumps. The next most thing of the four things. Then sons and nephews are wanted most. See, then the people, have children, they want a grandson, nephews. Most. By this three you are burnt. So grandmother, for yourself, you have no share. Caution your own thoughts and your mind exam. You should practice Buddha's teaching. So this all is like she been through this experience. That's why Milarepa sharing here, what she went through, what she happening for her. That's why she easily recognize this teaching is directly pointing to the her error or problem. So that's the core pit instruction, like usually pit instruction means recognize our problems. You need to qualify and depend the guru, and then may be different for you. So the next is attaining what you want, even though you stare. So attaining what you want means like even what they want they has, but still not enough. So more grasping, and it can be still other things too. Nothing like that, even though you stare. Getting what you desire, even though you rob. Fighting your foes without regard for death and wounds. So that's the, we have enough, we always staring. Stare is like, can be physically, can be stare, mentally can be stare, So getting what you desire, even though you rob. So that kind of, always thoughts, emotion. Fighting your foes without regards for death and wounds. This can be like, even not physically, but always we mentally, emotionally have. To these three things you are subjected. Grandmother, you are bound up with 40 when you come upon your force. So caution your own thoughts and your mind exam. It's, the good is here is when this kind of emotional thoughts arising, we recognize, we have to examine, our this thoughts emotion, we have to examine. You should practice Buddha's teaching, then we have to practice. So Mahamudra practitioner, when thoughts, emotion arise, recognize, and then look to that thoughts, emotion, then, thoughts, emotion is no exist, kind of like it's empty, and then you go into the nature mind, meditate. So we use this same, this grandmother didn't have a Mahamudra teaching, but Milarepa sharing very simple way, basically for her, just this kind of situation, circumstances always she has. Her life is very difficult being through. So Milarepa said, no, you look to your mind, watch your mind and thoughts, and practice Buddha's teaching. You need to qualify and depending upon Guru, and then things may be different for you. Gossip about other women and other manners. So then just we talk lots, gossip all the time. I think that part of Milarepa going to sharing. So okay, so gossip about other women and their manners is what interests you to the efforts of your own son and nephew. You pay attention. So to talk of widows and relative is your delight. So usually I think talk about their own, press to the own nephew, niece, and grandson, grandchildren, right? And gossips like, attached to just attachment, then always like talk about the good things for their own family. And hatred to others is always sharing negative things for talk others. So these three things enchant you. Grandmother, are you so gentle when you gossip? Caution your own thoughts and your mind exam. You should practice Buddha's teaching. You need a qualified and the dependent guru, and then things may be different for you. To life, you're from a chair is like pulling out a pig with fiber legs. What means that one?
To lift you, like stand up from a chair.
It's hard to stand up.
Left your from a chair is like pulling out a pig with fiber legs. You either like heaven goes, earth and stone seem to shatter when you drop into a seat. Senile, right?
Senile.
Senile and clumsy is your body. So he's talking about like he's old, that's why. Very hard to get up, sit down, and this just
Right.
Yeah, grandmother, you have no choice but to obey. So no choice, yeah. It's because this is the for everyone get happening. Caution your own thoughts and your mind exam. You should practice the Buddha's teaching. What you require is a qualified and dependent guru. Depend upon guru. And from that, you may find out how you have changed. So your skin is crushed with wrinkles. Your bones stand out sharply from your shrunken fleshy. You are different, I think, invisible or eccentric and torturing. So this is odd. So then we see become happening this. You are dressed deformed. Grandmother, your ugly face is wrapped in rancor. Caution your own thoughts and your mind exam. You should practice Buddha's teaching. You need to qualify and depend the guru, and then things may be different for you. So that time maybe no mirror. She don't see what her look like. So she think maybe she's very strong, like say anger, right? And that's why for coming to very angrily fighting for Milarepa and protecting her home, and attached to her, like daughter and mother of the daughter of law. So their jewelry she going to protecting for them. And that's why Milarepa pointing her problems. She don't recognize what she's doing. So your food and drink are cold and full. Your coat is heavy and in rags. Your bed is so rough it tears the skin. These three are your constant companions. Grandmother, you are no rich. So her clothes, talk about what she has always wearing the same clothes. Heartwarming and heart beach. I don't know what it means. Caution your own thoughts and your mind exam. You should practice Buddha's teaching. What you need is a qualified and dependable guru, and then things may be different for you. To attain a high birth and liberation is harder than to see a star is daytime. To fall into samsara's reached path is easy and happens often. No with fear and grief at heart. You watch the time of death draw night. Grandmother, can you force death with confidence? So, Yan Tori Tapan and Yimikarma Veko, Mankola Maison, Shazo Pimbeti, Tatai Pan. So, Milarepa just sharing, like, very hard to get liberation. Same as the daytime stars. And very easy to can go follow the samsara lower realms. So the door is always open. So then when we, he said, no, with fear and it's easy and happen often. No, with fear and grief heart, you watch the time of death draw night. So he told her, like, watch your, impermanent. Don't know when you die. Grandmother, can you face death with confidence? Do you have confidence to death? No fear for death, no falling to the lower realms. Do you have that confidence? Caution your own thoughts and your mind exam. What you need is to practice the teaching of a Buddha. What you need is a qualified and dependent guru. So that's Milarepa shared to her. It's 9 different ways, like, pointing to the older woman, grandmother's problem, or what she have this went through, or it's truth for her. So upon hearing this performed, yet melodious songs, so Milarepa has a very good voice. The older woman was so moved that she could not but develop a deep faith in the gypsy. So she has very strong devotion arise to the Milarepa. Unconsciously, her faith loosened, and the ashes slipped through her finger to the floor. So the ashes all just go flow slowly from her hand. She regretted what she had done to the gypsy and to Chat. By his compassion and words, she could not help shedding tears. So then meantime, the girl in the fields, whose name was Bardobom, so her name is Pardobom, I think. Pardobom was just entered the house. She come into the house. Seeing the old woman is tears, she turned to Milarepa and cried. What is the matter? Did your follower of Buddha strike a poor old woman? So she asked questions, Milarepa, you are not practicing Buddha, Dharma? Why you harm for grandmother? Why you hit her? So she thought like because Milarepa beat her grandmother, could be because her grandmother is crying. The grandmother quickly intervened. No, please do not wrongly accuse him. He never said anything unkind to me. So it was who attacked him wrongly. So she says she did a mistake, not Milarepa did a mistake. He gave me such a proper and much needed lesson that it moved me very deeply. Sure. It also awakened me to my neglect of religion, I think. So she understands. I was touched with such great remorse that it compared me to she shed tears. And you are young and different from me. So no grandmother, give a suggestion to this young girl. You have faith as well. So this young girl is already up there, talked yesterday. She is Dakini-san and very called, special girl. So, and she also have very strong devotion Dharma. That's why you have faith as well as a word. So then also she has enough to, support for her meditative practice Dharma. It's worthy. And it is very fortunate for you to meet such a teacher as Milarepa. So grandmother told you have very good opportunity, very lucky you can meet Milarepa. You has devotion, you has all the, material, comfortable, whatever she need, she has accommodation she get, practice for Dharma. You should give him offerings and service and ask him to bestow upon you the teaching and instructions. So grandmother asked the young girl to, sharing these things for young girl to ask Riko's teaching to Milarepa. The girl replied, both of you are very wonderful. So then she happy. She says, you both are very wonderful. Are you the great yogi Milarepa? So then she asked question, are you Milarepa? Because Milarepa is people, talking about his name and who's special person. They don't meet him, but they hear his names. So she asked, are you Milarepa? By merely meeting you, I shall have accumulated great deal of merit. So she said, I have very lucky and, have due to my accumulation merit, can meet with you. If you would kindly tell us your lineage, so she, asked teachings for lineage. It will inspire us and also your other disciples. So it's a share, like she asked Riko's sharing Milarepa's lineage. And I think she also heard Milarepa shared his lineages and other disciples also you know, they have already inspired. So that's why she also requests, can you share again, or maybe also inspire feature for your disciples? So maybe in two meanings. It will certainly change our hearts. Change our hearts. So please do relate it for me. So she records to Milarepa. Milarepa thought, this is a very gifted woman. So Milarepa also thought she is the very kind of like high level, who has good opportunity, accumulation, Mary, and have connect with the Dharma. So that's what this very gifted woman, she will become a good disciple of mine, and so his son. The Jup tuk처럼 거는데 써서 지극병의 제발. The omnipresent Dharmakaya is Buddha Samanthabhara. So Milarepa sharing like three kayas for her first. The Juba means lineage. Lineage, Milarepa say, I have three lineages. Dharmakaya, Sambhonakaya, Nirmanakaya. Dharmakaya is Samanthabhara. Majestic Sambhonakaya is Buddha, the thunderbolt holder. It's like Vajradhara, Buddha Vajradhara. The silver of sentient beings. The Nirmanakaya is Gautama Buddha. One may find the teachings of all three Buddhas in my lineage. So Milarepa said, Dharmakaya is Sambhonakaya. Dharmakaya is Samanthabhara. And Sambhonakaya is Buddha Vajradhara. And then Nirmanakaya is Buddha Shakyamuni. So he said, these three is my lineage. Three Buddhas are my lineage. Such is the lineage of this yogi, where you entrust yourself to it. So if you interest for my lineage, if you know Milarepa said, if you are interested in my lineage, you can follow me. That's his share for her. Then your lineage is ended superb, said Badabom. So she says that's a kind of amazing lineages you have. It is what the snow mountain is to reverse the original source of our merits. So then she says, like she understands, this lineage is, she's saying is the, it is what the snow mountain is to reward the original source of the merits, means like, water is like, source is the snow mountain. And she recognized, Dharma is the source is come from the Dharmakaya to Sambhonakaya and Nirmanakaya to from we received. Then I have heard people say that you, the followers of Dharma, have so-called author-pointing guru, and what by relying on him, one will be able to observe and see inwardly the so-called uncreated Dharmakaya. What kind of guru do you have? who is your primary guru? So now she cautioned to the Milarepa is talk about the guru. So you have an ultra level guru, and so you then this is very beautiful. She's saying, and that by relying on him means like ultra potent guru, and relying on the ultra potent guru. One will be able to observe and see inwardly the so-called uncreated Dharmakaya. We have to recognize, inward guru or sacred guru. So ultra guru is pointing to our inner guru. So that means like our ultra level guru teach and share the Dharma and recognize our inner truth. Guru is our own nature Ripa. So what kind of guru do you have? She said, which kind of guru you have? Who is your primary guru? Milarepa replied, I will sing a short song to explain the qualification of genuine guru. So Milarepa sharing is 3 different level gurus here. The guru who indicated the true knowledge from without is your ultra guru. So first, ultra level guru is most important, because without ultra level guru, we not knowing inner level guru. So especially ordinary beings, ultra level guru is most important. That's why here also Milarepa says, guru who indicated the true knowledge from without is your ultra guru, who sharing the through the knowledge and talk about the natural mind. Without is your ultra guru. The guru who elucidates the awareness of mind within. So then inner guru is our mind. I think is your inner guru. The guru who eliminates the nature of your mind is your real guru. So then realize our natural mind. That is we usually say sacred guru. I am a yogi who has all 3 gurus. Is there a disciple here who wishes to be faithful to them? So who want to have these 3 gurus? Milarepa say, I have 3 gurus. Who want these 3 gurus, right? So the point is followed by ultra guru, inner guru, sacred guru. We usually share the when refuge ceremony also, the ultra level refuge, inner level refuge, and the sacred level refuge. Ultra level refuge, we take refuge to the ultra level Buddha Dharma Sangha. Inner level, we recognize our mind. And then up sacred level is like just recognize true nature realization. So that's Guru Milarepa says she has. It's this part is very short sections, but it's very beautiful where 3 Dharmakaya. Usually we talk about the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Namanakaya. You can see like very easily ultra level where Milarepa pointing, Sambhogakaya, Samandabhara, Vajradhara, Buddha Shakyamuni. This is called 3 Kayas. And then also Guru, he talked about 3 gurus here. These gurus are extraordinary. She said this is extremely ordinary gurus. Excellent. Exclaimed the girl. So it's just like a string of games on a golden chain. So she recognized this, she also has a very special knowledge when she replied to the Milarepa. Beautiful way she replied to Milarepa. So it is just like a string of gems on a golden chain. But before we beseech the teachings from them, what kind of initiation are required? Milarepa then song. So now talking about empowerment. So she asked Milarepa, so if we going to receive teachings and practice before, we have to initiate, which kind of initiate empowerment we have to get. So then Milarepa the song again. The vase placed on your head is the auto initiation. So when we do the empowerment ritual, so we have a vase, and then vase has inside they have a blessing water, and the vase is like placed on your head. That's the auto initiation, auto level. The proof of the identity of self body and the body of Buddha is the inner initiation. So then, share the teaching. So this five aggregates, five elements introduced to the five female Buddhas. So that is a more part of the teaching, introducing the meaning. So think about when we do the empowerment, so ritual auto level is auto level empowerment, but usually we think when you receive this vase is on your head, then we think that we receive the empowerment. But the point is the essence of empowerment is the proof of the identity of self body and the body of Buddha is the inner initiation. That's the most important one. So we have to recognize this ordinary body is Buddha's body. The introducing ordinary body is transformed to the Buddha's body. That is inner empowerment. The elimination of self-recognition of mind essence is the rare initiation. So now the introducing, our ordinary mind is Buddha's mind. So that is the rare empowerment, true empowerment. Empowerment means the point is we not knowing, who we are, because due to our body, speech, mind obstacles. So now use this auto level ritual, introducing our body, speech, mind is Buddha, enlightening body, enlightening speech, enlightening mind. And that's the empowerment. So the essence of empowerment is the rare initiation. I'm yogi who has attained all three. Is a disciple here who wishes to attain them. So who wanted to attain them, who want to follow this, who wanted to receive this empowerment. This very important. Right now, Milarepa sharing very short here songs. It's many teachers like other in the teachings use this quote. What means empowerment? They usually use this explain. Then Bhadrabom carry out this initiation are indeed profound. She said this empowerment is very profound. It's just like the majesty of the lion, I think, right? Which overwhelms all other animals. So, so the lion subdue all other animals. The lion is the same as the king of the animals. So she says, like, just like the majesty of the lion, this empowerment is the same as the lion, which overwhelms all other animals, conquer all other animals. I have also heard that after the initiation, there is an absolute teaching called leading awareness into the path. What is what? What is that? Please be kind enough to explain it to me. So, so now they have she asked Milarepa, we usually empowerment and then teaching. So after empowerment, always have some pit instruction to sharing the teaching, which pit instruction you have. So that's she recalls Milarepa. Please kind enough to explain to me. In answer to her question, Milarepa saying, the author teaching is a hearing, thinking, and practicing. So then the teaching is like pit instructions, Milarepa also followed by author in 3 different ways. The author teaching is a hearing. We are hearing, we are receiving the teaching. So it's a hearing, then thinking, yeah. And you think about, cultivating. That part right now we're doing, thinking and practicing. So then we follow this teaching is practicing. That is the author level pit instruction. The inner teaching is the clear-sight elucidation of awareness. So inner is the inner teaching, the clearest elucidation of awareness means like cut the thoughts and the emotions, let go thoughts, I think emotions, looking to like our awareness, right? We meditating, the same thing about shamatha vipassana or this meditating practice. So that is the inner level pit instruction. Absolute the inner teaching is the clearest elucidation of awareness. Just let go all the thoughts, emotions, cut thoughts, emotions. The absolute teaching is the no gathering of separation of experience and realization. So then inner is secret, I think, is the absolute teaching is the no gathering. So it's a no dualistic conceptual, or or separation of experience and realization. So always maintaining the realization practice. So first we realize, then you be in that state all the time, maintaining practice, gaining the experience. So that is the absolute teaching. Is there a disciple here who wish to attain them? So Milarepa said, who wanted to follow this teaching? Who wanted to practice these teachings? So then, this also, you know, it's just sharing you. This all is very, very important sections. You can hear other, you know, teachers use a lot this quote who study Milarepa's teaching, because it's very profound. You know, it's the less words, you know, kind of like essence of the teachings, profound one he shares here. Then the Bardobon declared, these teachings are indeed like a rustless mirror. So it's clarified, you know, her thoughts drops, it's everything is clarified, which reflects images flawlessly. Milarepa replied, having attained these teachings, one should go to a hermitage and practice. So Milarepa said, if who has this teaching, then that person have to go to, you know, retreat, have to practice. The girl then asked, will you tell me about this practice? Milarepa saying in answer. So Milarepa giving another answer. So go hermitage and practice. The guard asks, so where about this practice? Milarepa answer is, living in a roach, deserted and solitary heart is the outer practice. So living a roached, deserted and solitary heart is the outer practice. So we living the, you know, like solitary place and ourselves, you know, no distraction place. Many meditators go to just stay in the far away from the city, far away from the home, give up the homeland. So that is the outer level, you know, practice. Then complete disregards of the self body is the inner practice. The inner practice is a complete disregard of the self body. Like we practice, meditate, you know, realize the selflessness of a person, recognize, you know, quality realization. So not only just go to solitary place, right? Practice, meditate, and then we recognize like something gaining our quality. So that is the inner level practice. Complete disregard of self-body is the inner practice. Knowing the soul absolute, true and true is the absolute practice. So it's knowing the soul absolute. I think just recognize true nature and Mahamudra practice. That is the true, and the true is the absolute practice. So I am a yogi who knows all three. So he said, Milarepa said, I'm a yogi. I practice this of three. Is there a disciple here who wish to learn them? So people who wanted to follow them, who wanted to learn this practice. Here, this quote is for usually for use the true practice. Maybe you know what means true. The Tibet another practice called Chu, specifically practice called Chu, and use the Dharma and the bears like have a melody singing, the Chu practice. Actually, of course, generally every practice is a Chu practice. What Chu means like just cutting the thoughts, cutting the emotions, cut the delusions. That's called Chu, the point is. And then go to specific Chu is people recognize Chu means, cutting the thoughts is like usually and use the bear and the Dharma, melody singing. There, that is usually people specifically talk about the Chu means. Same is like we talk about Pardo, specific Pardo and generally 6 Pardos. Everything is Pardo. But then specifically Pardo means when you die and after take birth, is people call Pardo. So same, Chu is generally every Dharma practice is Chu. Cutting, the cutting through is cutting all the emotion, thoughts, misconceptions, and cutting all the delusions is Chu practice. But specifically we call Chu is the, I told you, just using the Dharma and the bear, and they have a specific practice. But then some people reasons like Chu is like after Milarepa, I think, come to in this lineage in Tibet. Or maybe during after his end of life sometime, I don't know exactly. So this one is like usually the, Milarepa practice like specific Chu is use this one. What Chu means? Chu means then, living a road deserted and solitary heart is auto practice. Like people who practice Chu and go to cemetery and go to the like kind of violent place and the negative place, their practice. Then complete disregard of the self body is the inner practice. Like then you let go all your self grasping. You practice meditate. Your body is giving to all these spirits, sharing for others. Then knowing the soul absolute. Then through the realization, Mahamudra practice. True and thought absolute practice. So that's why Milarepa, and the Kaju who follow the Milarepa, they said this is the true practice, specific they use for true practice. When share the true specific true practice, they always use this card. So now here, each short realization songs, when talk about the true specific true, they use this card. Then when talk about empowerment, they use this, empowerment teaching card. When they talk about instruction, Pita instruction, then they talk about in this one. Milarepa already talked. Then talk about the guru. So Milarepa already shared the guru. So very beautiful, very important code, all these teachings. All these different lineages use this one when they share the, these different topics, teachings. Follow this practice. I'm yogi who knows the three is there are disciples here who wishes to learn them. After hearing the girl said, the practice you have mentioned is like a great eagle flying in the sky. It's a splendor over shadows or other birds. So she giving like really good after reaction or reply to back to Milarepa, right? She continued, I have heard people say that some yogis know us teaching called pair practice, which is very helpful in improving meditation. Could you tell me about it? Milarepa saying again. So no, she said, when people practice Chu, they have always a peg practice. You know, usually when we meditate, right? And Mahamudra meditators, Dzogchen meditators, they use the peg, you know, destroy the thoughts. So she said, I heard this peg. People using practitioners. Can you explain the peg? Milarepa saying again, by applying the author peg teaching to the distracted thoughts flow, the mind is collected. So the Milarepa explained, the applying author peg, you know, we talk about it, 3 different level pegs. Teaching to the distracted thoughts follow, mind is collected, means so mind is follow so many distractions, so much follow the, you know, I mean, the thoughts all the time, constantly, never stopped. So peg means like gathering together, all these thoughts is gathering together. Distracted thoughts follow the mind is collected together, or thoughts is bring together. Pay means like these thoughts are bring one together. By applying the inner peg teaching to awareness, the mind is waking from drowsiness. Then inner peg is teaching to awareness, so it's awareness mind to rest the mind on the inner nature. So helpful stay in the inner nature. It's waking from sort of teachings to awareness to mind is awakening from drowsiness. Means like your mind is sinking and the door is become waking up. So think about the first peg is actually destroy all your thoughts. Second peg inner is like you waking up again. Your mind is clear. And if you are draw, foggy, you know, no clear, and ignorance, due to ignorance. So the second peg waking up again. Awakening from drowsiness. To rest the mind on the inner nature, then your mind can be, I think, resting in the inner nature. So the first peg helps your thoughts, emotion is destroying, you know, or gathering together means like, you know, your mind is so much distracting, follow the thoughts, cannot practice meditate, all these thoughts is like subduing or despair, cutting thoughts. Second helps waking, you know, your mind from the sleepy dullness. Then you can go into your natural rest of mind, to rest the mind on the inner nature. Is the absolute peg teaching. I am the yogi who knows, I say, absolute teaching is then rest the mind on the inner nature. So your mind is staying in the inner nature, true nature. You know, stay in the non-door awareness. So that is the absolute truth, the peg. So peg is need or not, it's dependent, you know, meditators, right? If you have so much thoughts going on, then peg, use the peg can help go away thoughts. And your mind is bring back. So if your mind follow the thoughts. That means your mind is lost. So first bring your mind back again. And second thoughts, the second peg helps you wake up again. If you are drownness, foggy, sleepy, your mind is even meditate, you're just so drawn and not clear. So it's clarify. Then third is helps you stay in the nature. So rest the mind on the inner nature. It's the absolute peg teaching. So then this pegs usually, meditator practitioners using naturally. Naturally means like you put effort, and then doesn't help because effort cannot take into the effortless place. So effort taking you to effort again, bring more thoughts. So that's why meditator is this peg is arising naturally and then naturally taking into the natural states. So that's the hardest way, So the point we need mindful, and then you recognize when you need this peg, you have to use. So the pegs helps sometimes like this, destroy the thoughts, emotion, rest in mind. Okay, so then I'm yogi who has experienced them all. So he said he has this experience all. Is there a disciple here who wish to do likewise? So who wanted to follow, who wanted to practice this? Bhadrabom then said, these three experiences are like the bright sun shining from a cloudless sky. All lining everything on the earth clearly and distinctly. So she says that peg is the same as the sun shining, no any clouds. They are indeed wonderful, but what insurance have you gained through them? Milarepa, sing again.
Tempelai, you missed a verse. I'm sorry. You missed a verse.
You skipped ahead, Kempo.
Which one?
So you should have gone to the Pi teachings of yours is indeed wonderful, but you went all the way down to the next one.
I see. Oh, I see. The disciple here who peg teachings of yours is indeed wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, exclaimed Bhadrabom. It's just like the order or summons, right? Of the expeller. It quickens and intensifies one's accomplishment. But if one practices it, what experience will one have? Milarepa in reply. Okay. So she replied to Milarepa is the peg is just like order summons of an emperor. The king, order something. So it quickens very fast and intensify as accomplishment. Very quickly happen, accomplishment. Then if one practice it, what experience will one have? The Milarepa saying in reply, one will experience the great and omnipresence, I think. No effort route. One will experience the no effort path, the great transparency, one will experience the no effort. Through great Mahamudra, I'm yogi who has experienced them all. Okay, then Milarepa explained three different, I think ground, path, and result. So he followed three different levels here again. One will experience the great and omnipresent, no effort route.
Everywhere present, omnipresent, everywhere.
Everywhere I say chapter. So this is the omnipresent. One will experience the great and omnipresent, no effort route. It's ground. And the ground is so the talk about usually we mother luminosity, or think about sun is always in the sky, never sunset, never sunrise, always there. So that's why one will experience the great and omnipresent, no effort route, effortlessly always there. Our nature is always there, never lost. That is called usually Dharma Kaya or Mother Luminosity, and omniscient, omnipresent, no effort route is always there. So that is the ground. Then on the path, one will experience the no effort path, the great transparency. Then on the path is where experience the meditators experience the no effort path, the great transparency, like recognize clearly, knowing clearly, I think. One will experience the no effort fruit. Great Mahamudra, I am yogi who has experienced in them all. So this part is like actually explain lots in the stage of meditation, completion stage. And over there, so grown path, result is inseparable. The same. So here also, grown, omnipresent is always there. The path is recognizing that. Result is you just, knowing that in gaining that quality, I think. So that is just inseparable, three of them. No effort through great Mahamudra. So that's the I am yogi who has experienced them all. There are disciples who wish to do likewise. Then Parma Bom she said again, these three experiences are like the bright sun shining from a closed sky. See, that's why she say, our nature, Dharmakaya is the same as the sun. So always there, never lost. And then on the path, we just experience the no effort path. We experiencing that, what we have. So that's why she's saying, you know, sun shines from a cloud sky, from a clouded sky, all laying everything on the earth clearly and distinctly. They are indeed wonderful, but what insurance have you gained through them? So then that they are indeed wonderful, but what insurance have you gained through them? So what that's what you call the then it's like you have gaining like your experience. So confident, what you have confident. So the point is like she asked him, what confident you have this gaining you quality. Then Milarepa saying again, Lami Demi Tavadeng. So no heaven and no here is the ensuring of knowledge. So he has confident. The point is, and here translators and no heaven and no here is Milarepa saying no gods, no demons, no deities, no demons. You know, like it's maras, like no deities, no maras. The point is, it's become same for him. You know, we have Mara, we have Yidam deities. It's separate. We are take refuge to the deities and escape from the Maras. Try to free from Maras. We have expectation to, you know, under protection to the deity, Yidam deities, and free from this suffering from Maras. So Milarepa say he don't have that because his economic is become oneness, no separate. That's why no heaven and no here is the ensuring of knowledge. So he don't have expectation, hope to reach nirvana, fear for samsara, free from fear, free from hopes. No meditation and no distraction is the ensuring of practice. So we have meditation, we have distractions, right? We have good, we have bad. We have spiritual, we have samsara. So worldly activity, we have spiritual practice, we have worldly activities. So it's separate and contradict each other. But Milarepa, he said no meditation and no distraction. He don't have distraction, they always meditate. He don't have meditated, the point is no distractions. We have meditated because we have distractions, right? So that is his confident. Is the insurance of practice. So confident, actually insurance, I don't know correct words or maybe better the confident. No hope and no fear is the insurance of accomplishment. So no, he don't have hope and fears. That's his accomplishment is we try to accomplishment because we have hope to enlightenment. We have hope to take birth, better life, future life. We have hope to good something happen. We have fear for all the suffering. So Milarepa is free from that. That's why no hope and no fear is ensuring of accomplishment. He said, I already accomplishment because he don't have fears, he don't have hopes. I'm yogi with these three insurance. So he have yogi, reason is he has these three insurance or confidence. Is there a disciple here who wish to attain them? So who wanted to follow them, who wanted to wish practice this. Okay, so it's very beautiful, right? Today is good. Yes. So now I think we have to go back and you have to do, everyone read the same one by one and answer up to here. Then if we get time, we go more. And if we don't get time, so we can follow next time. What do you think?
Good idea.
Okay, so now go up to singing so many songs there today. Page 5, go to page 5. Milarepa told this is a very gift woman. She will become a good disciple, open mind. So his song is okay. First song is Malisa, can you read this first one?
Yes, took your chicken.
Welcome, thanks.
The omnipresent Dhammakaya is Buddha Samantabhadra. The majestic Sambhogakaya is Buddha, the thunderbolt holder, the savior of sentient beings. The Nirmanakaya is Gautama Buddha. One may find the teachings of all three Buddhas in my lineage, such as the lineage of this yogi. Will you entrust yourself to it?
Kempo, you're muted.
Malisa, can you read also the following? This your lineage is indeed.
Yes.
We're just reminding again, come back to,
Yes, yes. Your lineage is indeed superb, said Bardhavam. It is what the snow mountain is to rivers, the original source of all merits. I have heard people say that you, the followers of Dharma, have a so-called outer pointing guru, and that by relying on him, one will be able to observe and see inwardly the so-called uncreated Dhammakaya. What kind of guru do you have? Who is your primary guru?
Good, thanks very much.
Thank you.
So next, Rosie Lobu, can you do the next one?
Kimble, I don't have the text.
Oh,
All right.
so EDG, please.
Okay. Milarepa replied, I will sing a short song to explain the qualifications of a genuine guru. The guru who indicates the true knowledge from without is your outer guru. The guru who elucidates the awareness of mind within is your inner guru. The guru who illuminates the nature of your mind is your real guru. I am a yogi who has all three gurus. Is there a disciple here who wishes to be faithful to them? These gurus are extraordinary, exclaimed the girl. It is just like a string of gems on a golden chain. But before we beseech the teachings from them, what kind of initiations are required?
Thanks,
Milarepa and sang.
thanks, EDG. Just saying, please, next.
Thank you, Kempo. The vase placed on your head is the outer initiation. The proof of the identity of self-body and the body of Buddha is the inner initiation. The illumination of the self-recognition of mind essence is the real initiation. I am a yogi who has attained all three. Is there a disciple here who wishes to attain them? Bardarbam cried out, these initiations are indeed profound. It is just like the majesty of the lion, which overawes all other animals. I have also heard that after the initiation, there is an absolute teaching called leading awareness into the path. What is that? Please be kind enough to explain it to me.
Suggesting there is a free Droku Naham.
I have some background noises. Hopefully it's not irritating. In answer to her question, Milarepa sang, the outer teaching is the hearing, thinking, and practicing. The inner teaching is the clearest elucidation of awareness. The absolute teaching is the non-gathering of or separation of experience and realization. I am a yogi who has all three teachings. Is there a disciple here who wishes to attain them? Bombardom declared, these teachings are indeed like a restless mirror, which reflects images flawlessly. Milarepa replied, having attained these teachings, one should go to a hermitage and practice. The girl then asked, will you tell me about these practices? Milarepa sang in answer.
Thank you. Next, measure, please.
Living in a rugged, deserted, and solitary hut is the outer practice. Complete disregard of the self-body is the inner practice. Knowing the soul absolute through and through is the absolute practice. I am a yogi who knows all three. Is there a disciple here who wishes to learn them? After hearing this, the girl said, the practice you have mentioned is like a great eagle flying in the sky. Its splendor overshadows all other birds. She continues, I have heard people say that some yogis know a teaching called Pe practice, which is very helpful in improving meditation. Could you tell me about it? Milarepa then sang.
Thanks, measure. Next, Linda. Linda, can you hear? Yeah.
Me, Linda?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yes. By applying the outer pay teaching to the distracted thought flow, the mind is collected. By applying the inner pay teaching to awareness, the mind is awakened from drowsiness. To rest the mind on the innate nature is the absolute pay teaching. I am the yogi who knows all three. Is there a disciple here who wishes to know them? This pay teaching of yours is indeed wonderful, exclaimed Bardabam. It is just like the order of summons of the emperor. It quickens and intensifies one's accomplishments. But if one practices it, what experiences will one have?
Thanks, Linda.
Okay.
Next, Marita, can you do the next?
Thank you, Tempo. One will experience the great and omnipresent non-effort route. One will experience the non-effort path, the great transparency. One will experience the non-effort fruit, great Mahamudra. I am a yogi who has experienced them all. Is there a disciple here who wishes to do likewise? Bardardam then said, these three experiences are like the bright sun shining from a cloudless sky, outlining everything on the earth clearly and distinctly. They are indeed wonderful, but what assurance have you gained through them? Milarepa sang again.
Thank you very much, Mariti. Next, Kat. Kat, can you hear?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Are we on page 7?
Yes, we are, Kate.
By applying the outer pay teaching, or did we already cover that?
Go to the no heaven and the no hell.
Thank you. No heaven and no hell is the assurance of knowledge. No meditation and no distraction is the assurance of practice. No hope and no fear is the assurance of accomplishment. I'm a yogi with these three assurances. Is there a disciple who wishes to attain? O fearless teacher, you most perfect of men, the incarnation of Buddha, how stupid, blind, and ignorant I am. How wrong and sinful is this world. The heat of summer was so great that it scattered the cool clouds, and I found no shelter in the shade. The cold of winter was so severe that though flowers still grew, I never found them. The influence of my evil habitual thinking was so strong that I never saw you as an accomplished being. Let me tell you my story. Because of my sinful karma, I was given this inferior female body. Through the evil hindrance of this world, I never realized the identity of self in Buddha. Lacking the necessary diligence, I seldom thought of Buddha's teachings. Though I desired the Dharma, lazy and inherent, I frittered time away.
Thank you.
To a woman, a prosperous birth. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're going to do I think we leave there today, right? Okay, so remember the page seven. End of the page 7. So then go to the Milarepa. Guru Yoga. Om Guru Hasan Benza Hong. Om Guru Hasan. Can you see or no? Benza Hong. Om Guru Hasan Benza Hong. Om Guru Hasan Benza Hong. The enlightened body of Jesus Jepadorje and my mind makes without duality beyond elaboration. Like water bubble dissolving into water, heavenly rest in the state without concepts. Jezen Jepadorje ke ransen te dara nyimende chela chewara dambadar. Ming Ming on the Nyambara. Maybe we meditate a little short meditation. By this virtue, may I safely accomplish Mahamudra. May I establish all wandering beings without exception upon that ground. Gewan de yen yorda da saja yembun rubjurne drowa jechang maliba deye salangu barishu. Om mani padme hum, 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 Om mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum, mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum, Om mani padme hum. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kempo.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Kempola.
Sangha.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kempola. Precious teachings.
Thank you.
Thank you,